So we start with broadcast and written under embargo. James, if you want to get the ball rolling.
Fabian, a week after your first pre-Premier League press conference, team sits top of the Premier League, a nice 3-0 away win. This Premier League managerial stuff's pretty easy, isn't it?
So of course we're grateful for the start. We know that it's hard work every game, and it's just momentum. We try to keep the momentum. It's important to get in the flow, and that's what we try. So of course you can be happy after a win, but I'm a coach. I'm very fast back in my business and very fast back on focusing on the next game.
Next game, your first home game in charge against a certain Manchester United. How much are you looking forward to, first of all, the prospect of taking a team against a side as big as Manchester United, but also walking out at the stadium for the first time?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meet our fans, because in the end it's about making them proud, wearing the Seagulls colours, and it's our responsibility from my staff, from my players to bring like an intensity and energy on the pitch that transports like to the supporters, and we try to do this, and we try to make them a present with a win. But of course we know that we have a tough opponent, and Manchester is one of the best, the individual best club in the Premier League. They have like great players, they have a great coach, and it will be a big challenge for us, but we are looking forward to face it.
Let's talk about team news. Is there any injury doubts going into this one? I also wanted to just see if you've got any timelines on players returning, the likes of Purvis, Evan, Tariq.
So they were all in training. We have to wait now today and tomorrow how their rehab and the training continues, how they adapt the intensity, and then we will see if they will be an option for the squad. But I'm very happy that these 3 players are back.
And Georginio Rutter has added to your squad this week. How excited are you that he's part of Brighton now and part of your team, and what can fans expect from him? And also, is he available as well for the weekend? So
also for him, we have to wait how he adapts. But he had some games already in the preseason for Leeds. He's a little bit German. He's a little bit like also from UK and a little bit French. So it's a mix of everything inside his character. He's laughing a lot, and I think he's integrated. It will be integrated fast in the group, and that's the most important. And then on the other side, of course, I'm convinced that he will help us on the pitch by his like attitude working against the ball, by his quality in possession. He has something special, and I know him, or I knew him since he played for Hoffenheim. I followed his way, so there will be a big player for Brighton, and I'm really looking forward. I'm happy that he's here in the squad.
1 week left in the transfer window, so you've only got maybe another week to answer questions about certain players. Look, there is still talk of potentially more incomings. I know names like Matt O'Reilly, Ferdy, Karioglu has also been mentioned. I know you won't speak about specific players, but look, last week you said you're happy with the squad, but are you now in a position to go, okay, yeah, maybe 1 or 2, that would be perfect right now?
Still happy with the squad. And in the end, I only can work with the players who are here, and that's my focus. The other things I can't influence. So I'm really focusing on the work with the players here. I'm really enjoying it, working with them. I think they try to improve every day. They have a great attitude. They come here to the training ground with a positive energy, with a good vibe, and that's the most important. And the other things I can't influence, and we will see what happens.
Finally, outgoings. Are you expecting many more to leave the club? I know Abdullah Sima's now off to Stade Brest for the season. Any other potential loan moves? Valentin Barco rumoured to potentially go to Sevilla. Is there anything you could add on that at all?
So the most important for me are that the players who I work with here, that they know how we plan with them. So we communicate very, very transparent with them and very open, because in the end, I will never play with hope for the players. So I wanted the players happy. I wanted the players can develop, and we have to create an environment where they can develop. And if a player doesn't have the feeling that he can do it here, of course, then he has to look for another way. But I can't comment on any roles because I don't know it. The only thing I can say is the players, they know how we plan with them, and then it's up to them.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Fab.
Roger?
Hi, nice to meet you. First of all, great result last week. Clean sheet, goals as well. But as you said, you're a coach who likes to get straight back into working on the next one. What even in spite of the great result last week, what do you need to do better, do you think, this week against Manchester United?
In all phases of the game, we have to improve. So we have to be honest to ourselves. Of course, like 3-0 was a great result, but we had the momentums in the game on our side. And we started with not enough controlling and dominating the game. I think that Everton had a better start in the game. They had not the biggest chances, but they were dominating the game by their intensity, by their power they had. And then we made in the right moment, we made the right decisions, and we scored. And when you reanalyze, you shouldn't judge the performance on the team. I judge more the process, the performance, how they work together, how they work in possession, out possession. And there I see a lot of improvements. For example, controlling the game better, working more consistent to get behind the ball, trying to stand even more compact for transition moments. So I said it to the team. It was a good start. I also think it was a deserved win, but in the end we had the momentums on our side, and we have to work for these momentums. That's the most important. So don't be too happy about the result. Be happy that we had a good start, but now continue working and improving in every phase of the game, because we can improve in every phases of the game.
Did you let them enjoy the win last time, or did you bring them back down to earth?
Yeah, of course. Enjoying win in the Premier League is always so important, and they had 2 days off afterwards so they could enjoy it. But for me, it's very important that we get the focus fast back on our process and fast back on the improvements we should do. And therefore, we need a lot of analysis and a lot of work on the pitch. And I'm very happy how they trained this week and how the attitude was. So I hope that we can make the next step, and it's about making the next step and the next step, and not focusing long-term, focusing on short-term, and try to be the best version you can be every day.
Danny Welbeck got a goal. He's playing against his old club where he started his career this weekend. He's still going strong. As a new manager, as a young manager coming, how important are people like Danny going to these games, perhaps against the likes of Manchester United, and the experience and perhaps even information and knowledge he can impart to you as well?
Yeah, that's one of my styles to lead. So I'm listening to experienced players, because I can also learn from them. And that's something very, very open, and the players know it. So, of course, I try to get in communication. I try to get to learn also from their experience, because in the end, they experience more things on the pitch than me. And I'm not afraid of saying that, because it's the truth, and I can learn from them. I can hear their opinions. I also can use their opinions in preparing a match against Manchester United, because in the end, Danny Welbeck played there. He has maybe some more knowledge about the club and about the behavior from the individual players. And I would be silly if I wouldn't use it. So of course I will use it. And in the end, of course, it's my part to make the decisions, to make a clear preparation for the game, to have hopefully the right match plan for a great opponent.
In the past, Brighton against Manchester United, I think people would have seen Brighton as underdogs, but I think Brighton have won 4 of the last 6 against United. And given where you are and the start of the season you have, is it fair to say that you perhaps go into this one as a slight favourite against Manchester?
So I think it would be a little bit too much if I say we are the favourites against Manchester United. What I can say is that we try to continue build on the foundation what was built here in the last recent years. And Brighton, they won a lot of times against Minteh. Of course, we know that it's a big opponent against who we play on Saturday, but we shouldn't hide. So we should have like respect, and we should prepare and try to have the best preparation we can have. But of course, we also have like ambitions, and of course, we also should go in a game like this with a self-confidence. So in the end, I want that we bring our style of play on the pitch, that we bring our potential on the pitch, that we improve in every phases we can improve. So in possession, out possession, set pieces. And that's the thing where I try to focus on. And the results from the past, I think they are the past. Now it's a new game and it's a new situation, and we try to win the game.
And just on Manchester United, last week they didn't play with an out-and-out centre-forward. Bruno Fernandes started furthest forward. Are you expecting that from United again? And if so, how does that impact on how you prepare your defence? Do you do things differently if you're playing against a team that's not got that out-and-out forward?
There's a difference when Sirski is playing. He's a target player, of course. When Mount and Bruno Fernandes are playing as a striker, they play more like a false nine. So of course there are like differences. We have to prepare for both. We have to be clear what is our plan when they come like in this formation or in that formation. That's our job to be the best prepared team we can be, and that's what we try to do in the next 2 days.
Fabian, can I just ask about Jan Kuba? Obviously, he came off. I know it was precaution, but was it concussion? And does that mean that he's available okay for this weekend?
So, of course, there are like clear rules where we have to go through. I think it's also important for the health of the player that we follow these rules from the Premier League. But he will be available. Yeah.
Georginio Rutter, where does he fit in? How do you see him playing for the club? He's quite, he's an attacking player. He can play in lots of different positions. But where do you see him fitting into the Brighton team?
I think one of his strengths is like that he can play on the outside, but also in the center. He can help us because there's a very good feeling for positioning, a very good feeling for finding the gaps in between the lines from the opponent. A very good first touch, a very good continue of the game forward. He's not really focusing on playing backwards. He's always trying to play vertical. And I especially also like his reaction and his behavior out of position and after losing the ball. So I think he has a very interesting package that will help us.
In terms of Manchester United, they're a club in transition off the pitch. What about their quality on the pitch? They've brought in De Ligt, Mazraoui. Where do you see their strengths and potential weaknesses?
Yeah, so the strength I think from this team is they have like an individual quality on the pitch where you never can lose your attention on the game, because they can decide a game in one situation. Even if they're not really in the game, they have like a quality with Fernandes, with Rashford, Diallo, Garnacho, Mount. There's one situation they can kill the game, and there you have to pay attention like really 90 minutes. You have to be focused all the time on the game, especially on transition moments when we are in possession, that we have a good positioning, a good distance to each other, that in the case we lose the ball, we are immediately there for good counter pressing, for stopping their transition moments. And I think this will be a key.
Obviously, it's your first home game. You've talked a little bit about the fans. We've seen the pictures of you interacting with the St. Pauli fans. Just tell us about the role and the message you have for the home supporters this season.
I had a talk with them, and for me it's always important the expectations from them, what they want to see that the team is doing on the pitch. And in the end, it's about like giving everything you have in your body. They demand that they should have the feeling after every game that every player is like completely there because he gives everything he has in his body. And then I always try to build a connection to the supporters, because in the end I want that they are our 12th man and they support us in every situation, especially in games like this, also against Manchester. There will be moments where we have to suffer together. There will be moments where maybe Manchester United controls the game, and then you have to stand together. Then you have to suffer together. And there, I would love that the fans are still behind us and support us, and not only when there are positive actions in the game. And that's our job, like I said in the beginning, to bring this connection, or to build this connection with the fans. And it only works if we give a lot of input and we give a lot of energy on the pitch and a lot of intensity, so that this energy transports to them.
Thank you.
Written, so cameras off.